So for step 7, attaching the RC deck, well, you can see that we've got a lot of screwing to do. All we need are these 8 MA3 screws, and we've got to put these 2 pieces on. So we've got this RC deck piece right here, and then we have this other A8 piece that has to go on. So I'll set this up and let's put this together. So I think what we'll do first is we'll put this piece on. And you can see that in terms of the way that's supposed to go, it needs to sit on there just like that. And you just do it with 4 screws. So let's start this off. We've got 1 screw there, which is going to sit right there. So I'll just start it. Just like that. And let's get the other one in place. The wires are in the way. And again, I'm just going to make sure that everything is seated right before I screw the whole thing down. That one's going to go there. All right, this seems to be okay. There we go. Do the other side. And this one. And there we go. So that's all down nice and tight. With it being the tapping screws, it doesn't feel like you're stripping anything out. So it's fine. That's very cool. So now it is this part, which you can see that in terms of the way this is shaped, this needs to sit like that, which means that according to this, this sits like that on top of there. So there's 4 screws with this. So we're going to take one of the screws, put it into here, screw it in. And again, that's just the one. I just want to make sure that the others are going to go in okay. So I'm going to turn this over. We're going to put a screw here. And there were the 2 screws at the front. So we've got one here. And another one at the other side. Okay, now that I know that they're all in, I'm just going to start screwing this down because we know that they're fine. Now I can feel it grab at the end, so we know that it's nicely attached. I'm not stripping anything out. Same again with the other side. And where's the other one gone? Here we go. So there we go. There is our RC deck attached. Very, very cool. And of course, you see what I'm discovering. This was there because the battery goes there. So that's going to provide a bit of cushioning. Has to be what that's for. Very cool. So step 7 is complete. So now we're going to move on to step 8 and attach the servo mounts. So for step 8, attaching the servo mounts, well, you can see that there are 2 pieces. One's going to fit on either side, and they're going to be attached with 4 screws. So there are the 4 screws, and those are our servo mounts. So I'll set this up and let's put them on. So let's put this one on first. So you can see that this is the direction of where the motor is. So you can see that this piece, you've got the notch here, and then you can see this one has the single hole. So you know that that is going to sit right there, and you can see the hole right there. That's going to sit there, and that's going to sit over top of this piece right here. You can see the underside of that. It's just designed to fit over top. So we know that that's ultimately how it's going to go. So let's screw these in. We know that this is going to be screwed in from the top. In fact, I just want to make sure that that's actually sitting up okay. This is the easiest way to hold it. Then I can turn that the way I need it to be. That's going to go in nice and level. And we'll do the same thing with the other one, but we know that's going to be coming in from the bottom. There we go. It's grabbing. And that one is in all the way now. So is that. Yeah. So that's on. Very cool. So then on this side, you can see that the way that's going to sit, same idea. This part is going to fit over this piece right here. So that's going to sit like that. And that other part is going to sit in the notch down there. So again, we've got one coming in off the top. And in fact, I'm going to hold it. I'm going to switch hands because I want to make sure that this goes in level. Yep. But I want to make sure that this is going to go in okay too before I just tighten anything up. There we go. Okay, that's in. And so is that. So you can see that's where the receiver switch would go. Now I don't know about this because I'm using the Hobbywing speed controller that came with the kit. You can see this is once again designed for a Tamiya speed controller, which I do find a bit frustrating because if Tamiya is not producing them anymore, what's the point in having the brackets be for Tamiya speed controllers? Don't quite get it, unless there's an intention that in time they will start making their own again. But I think they should have done a change here to make this a little bit easier for those that do have the Hobbywing. But I digress. So here we go. There are the two brackets in place, which means that step 8 is complete. So now we're going to move on to step 9, and we're going to start working on the differential.